Actually, something that I've been kind of experiencing in here recently as well is putting myself back into my shoes where I was a year ago, even 6 months ago, 12 months ago. Not only mentally in the game, but financially, the growth stage of where you're at in the business, the growth stage in your word tracks, your confidence, how you're getting on the phone, how you're attacking the day. What are you doing to implement your volume of what you're doing mentally? We touched base on this the other day, talking about some books. And since we do have everyone here, a few books, if you guys have your notepad, grab it. One book is called Multipliers. This is going to be a very good leadership book as you're starting to grow and develop your agency. It's helped me a ton. There's another really good book called Extreme Ownership. This is one of my favorite books that I've ever listened to, I've ever read. And the reason I like it is because it keeps you more accountable, just like how Dave Anderson was talking about this. And I'm sure GP, when Dave Anderson was talking, you were just like, oh my God, dude. Like, you're like reciting your entire life before his eyes, right?
Literally.
But dude, so for those that don't know you, one of the stories that really touched home for me was one of your podcasts. And it's something that you've always carried around with you. And one of the things that was your why of why you needed to continue pushing through and always overcoming your barriers. So if you want to maybe express and talk about that, because I know you always have it with you. Let's talk about that. So some of the reasons why you want to continue to win, and also what are some of the daily reminders that you have for yourself to continue to push for that why?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super important to understand what your why is, and knowing that if your why is just about money, your drive is going to run out eventually. Like, you can be excited, for 6 months or 8 months or 9 months, but your why is truthfully is what's gonna get you out of bed. Your why is what keeps you going when you want to quit. Because if you haven't had that thought, then you probably haven't pushed yourself hard enough, to be quite frankly honest with you. But I mean, at the end of the day, guys, like, everyone comes from a different part of life. Everyone comes from a different background. And I did not grow up with money. I did not grow up with getting spoiled. I lived in, I think it was like 12 houses growing up. Like, I never was stable in that manner because we just had to keep moving because rent was tough. And my mom had me when she was 16, had my two other brothers, and she was 21. So she had 3 kids by the time she was 21 years old. And I just watched that struggle continuously go on. Thank God for food stamps. Thank God for state aid and all that crap, because I don't know if I'd be here with you guys today if it wasn't for that. And truthfully, that's what keeps me going. Is like, my mom's 46 years old now, and she has a whole nother life to live. She's still young. She could still put in another 10, 15 years and have a drastically different lifestyle. And that's what keeps me fired up, to be honest with you guys, is just in a short period of time, what it's allowed me to do for my family, what it's allowed me to provide for my family. Getting my brother out of the rat race of the 9 to 5. My brother does all of our social media stuff. And I know that he's grateful that he doesn't have a boss. He has a partner in me. And I told him that when I hired him, it's like, I'm not going to be your boss. We're going to do this. We're going to be a partner, and you're going to help me build a brand to $1 million a month. And that was what we agreed upon. And then, it's since August of 2020 now, I've been paying for my mom's rent. Just now recently sent her a couple of $1,000 so she can get a new car. So that's what keeps me going. Like, that doesn't have to be what keeps you going, but what keeps me going is trying to change my family's lifestyle and trajectory moving forward. And it can be corny, it can be salty, whatever you want to call it, but like, I know what's important to me, and that's providing for my family, but you need to figure out what's important to you. Maybe you have kids. I don't have any kids, so it's my mom. It's my brother. But you need to figure out what's going to keep you motivated through the tough times, because if you don't have that strong why, you're going to crumble and you're going to be back working for somebody else, which none of us want. But at the end of the day, we're all different individuals. So you have to figure out what is your reason, what is your why, and what is going to get you out of bed every single day. Because there's been plenty of times, guys, where I wanted to throw in the white towel. I thank God that my resume sucked. I've told this story multiple times. Like, I was 4 months into this thing putting out job resumes because I couldn't handle the mental aspect of this business. I could handle going out and protecting families, but my doubt, the seed of doubt, kept going in my mind and kept growing, and I just had that in the back of my mind that I couldn't do this, like I'm not that good, whatever you want to put on it, like negativity wise, that was me. And I just didn't quit, to be honest with you. I just kept showing up. And what I mean by showing up is we have 4 to 5 opportunities every single week to get better. And a lot of you guys choose not to participate in those. And that's what I'm so confused about, is like Family First Life is continuously trying to put out things out there for you to become a better agent, for you to become a better person. And then there's a lot of you who are like, hey, is there going to be a recording for this? And I'm like, dude, that's where the seed of doubt is that you don't think that you're too busy or you're too important for these opportunities to get better, but they give you chances to get better every single week. And yes, guys, I've been here 2.5 years. Like, it seems as if it's redundant, but a lot of times as we evolve through this business, that same thing you heard maybe 6 months ago hits a little bit different because you're in a different position in this business. And I've heard Sean Mike speak tons and tons of different times. And as I've evolved, that message has hit me differently. That message has meant something different to me. And so I challenge you all to just start continuously use those as can't miss opportunities to get better. Use those as if I miss this meeting, if I miss this training, I'm firing myself. But the cool part is we're entrepreneurs, so you can rehire yourself if for some reason that you miss it. But if we treated all of those trainings as can't miss opportunities to grow, we would all continuously be getting better each and every week. And I preach it to our group. It's just like, you got to get 1% better every day. That's it. I'm not asking you to get 10% or 15% better, but in a year, you'll get 365% better than who you are today, as long as you keep showing up and keep asking for questions, keep asking for help. Because where most of us struggle is when we're struggling, we don't ask for help because we're embarrassed of our failure, because we want to be doing as good as these people that we see on the videos or the leaderboards and all this stuff, and then we're like beating ourselves up over it. But truthfully, all you have to do is say, I want to get to that point. All you have to say is, this is what I'm doing. It's not working. I'm trying to get to this point. So I hope that makes sense, and I get fired up and I start rambling on about different things. But like, you guys have to just understand that your why is going to keep you driving through the tough times. And if you have to understand that uncomfortability is when you're growing the most. And so I try to preach to my group, and myself included, looking at every chance to get uncomfortable as a chance to grow, and we'll just keep moving in the right direction.
I love that. That was a lot to uncan right there. I'm trying to like put it all back into words here, dude. So the connection to your why, I think is so huge, of how you've been able to implement where it's not necessarily about you. You've put this about making it better for others, and serving where you can provide a future for your mom. And one of the things that I love that you're doing currently, you're breaking that curse, that generational curse, and you're now adapting to the new norm of what your family's legacy can be, changed by you. So dude, like, congratulations to you. And thank you for never giving up and being able to be here with me and to be able to inspire. Because dude, we've had some really good times. I'm still surprised that the sunglasses I have that fell off the 7th floor of your apartment flat onto some concrete, they didn't get broken. But dude, like, it's good to see that you've been able to evolve and in a short period of time, from even when I was out there at your place in Dallas, just what was it, 4 or 5 months ago, that your team is now helping out 3 to 4 times the amount of families that you were. It seems like, it's like you just had a massive explosion, and I'm seeing it. And I really feel like there's something different. Like you're moving differently, and it's a mental click, and your drive became different. And I'm noticing it by how you're moving and how you're acting. And the fact that like you and I definitely have that about our leadership skills, where we're not scared to get on a plane and go help out our team. And the fact that you're always there in the trenches, dialing, either on live dials, you're actually in their offices, or you're building with them. I love that, because that's how, as a complete company, we're going to continue to expand and grow. So let's get into some